Labor Day is soon to come, and with that, the unofficial end of summer here in Michigan. But fear not, the fall is one of the best times of the year to explore the Great Lakes State. And here to tell us some of the fun ahead this fall is the Director of Travel Marketing at Pure Michigan, Kelly Wolgamott. Kelly, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here today. It's hard
Appreciate
to
having
believe
you.
we're talking about fall already, gotta say.
Neither can I. I remember it just, remember the first time we got over 50 degrees this year, and it feels like that was just maybe a stone's throw away from this moment in time. So very weird that we're already back to fall. Very odd feeling. But that being said, we are approaching fall and we're approaching Labor Day weekend. In terms of the expectation across the state, what is the expectation for what Labor Day travel will look like in the state of Michigan? Does it seem like it's going to be back at kind of a normal pace to where it was pre-pandemic in this year, with people already back out and about more often than they have been in the past?
Absolutely. I think it's demonstrated over the summer as well. Everyone's eager to get outside and just to, see and have those experiences with their family and friends again. So, I don't think that's going to slow down for Labor Day weekend. And, in Michigan too, Labor Day weekend's right, our last experience right before we get into fall. And I think everyone, with school starting already now, it's always just a great time to kind of get outdoors, head to the lake, have fun on the trails. A lot of opportunities for family and friends to have those connections.
And that brings up an interesting thought to me too, as we're going into the fall, as we're kind of transitioning out of summer. And you mentioned that, okay, maybe some people may see that as, okay, summer's over, our traveling's done. We got to just get ready for the fall, get ready for the winter, get ready to just stay in for the rest of the year. And I think about, on that note, I think about the businesses, I think about the activity organizations, I think about the little mom and pop shops and tourist areas all across the state of Michigan. And what happens with them come the fall season? Are they still in full swing, or for many of these different businesses and places up north and in places that people travel to over the summer for tourist purposes and for vacations, do those also kind of go away in the fall? Or is this a time of the year where they really struggle, but people can still go there and help them out?
Fall travel is a great opportunity for not only in-state but regional states as well. Come to Michigan for the fall, because Michigan in fall with the color change is just amazing, and something that you can't experience in every state, and especially with the Great Lakes and the inland lakes, the beauty of the reds and the yellow and the changing of the fall leaves. But also, we also, grow things in Michigan, right? Michigan's a huge grower of agriculture, and people like to get out to the U-Pick farms, the vineyards, because that's really, that fall experience that people expect in Michigan. So fall travel is a great opportunity, not only to get outdoors and experience all that fall offers us from that seasonal change, but also, there might be some destinations that might be more popular in the summer months. And that does provide people the opportunity to head to those destinations. And, they may be less crowded in the fall time than they are in the peak summer period.
We're joined by the Director of Travel Marketing at Pure Michigan, Kelly Wolgamott, on the Megacast. Your trip begins at michigan.org for more information on all the places you can find here in late summer in Michigan, all throughout the fall and all around the year. Michigan.org for all of that information. And so, Kelly, as we get ready for the fall, as people are planning their travel for this fall, their tourism for this fall in the state of Michigan, you think about those touchstones of fall, the hay rides, the apple picking, going for hikes, exploring the outdoors when it's nice and cool, but not so cold that you just want to sit inside all day with a cup of coffee or hot chocolate and be out of the elements. So as we look forward to these kind of touchstones of fall, what are some of your favorite places, or places that you're really looking forward to traveling this fall to kind of check all those boxes for autumn in Michigan?
Yeah, we have, as you mentioned, all those, experiences that we've grown in love and expected for fall. Going to the cider mill, picking the apples, going to the wineries throughout the state and experiencing the harvest of the grapes is such a great experience. But, I think there's some other things going on around the state that maybe people may not really know that you can experience in fall. there's a lot of excellent events throughout the state coming this fall. We have Art Prize coming into Grand Rapids area, Beer City, USA, September 15th through October 2nd. And that is, the world's most attended public art event that takes place every fall in Grand Rapids. Millions of people, have visited Art Prize to see the thousands of artworks that are displayed all in downtown. So that really gives you an experience of exploring Grand Rapids. They even put artwork in the river. So it's a really unique experience and event, and it's family friendly. So a great opportunity to get outdoors and explore one of pure Michigan's cities. There's also the Detroit Auto Show coming up, which typically I think, from Michigan residents, we're used to seeing that in the January timeframe. But they've moved the auto show up, and it is going to be in Detroit in September, the same time as Art Prizes. So there's 9 days of vehicle displays. There'll be exhibits in Huntington Place. They'll be in Hart Plaza. So there's an indoor and an outdoor experience. There'll be ride and drives, the automotive industry and the high tech with the EV movement will definitely be on display in downtown Detroit during that period. And then music, because what's Detroit, Motown without some music as well. So I think there's some, unique opportunities in the state that we may not think of when it comes to fall that we can experience even in our cities.
We're joined by Kelly Wolgamott, the Director of Travel Marketing at Pure Michigan, joining us on the Megacast. You can find more information on michigan.org about all the different places in the state you can travel, some tips and tricks for traveling in Michigan this fall, as well as other activities all throughout the year, so you can plan your trip to Michigan, and that trip begins at michigan.org. You mentioned the auto show, the North American International Auto Show, coming back to Detroit. It's going to be back there this fall instead of, as it's been in the past, in the winter. That had been the plan for a couple of years, but of course, a couple of years hasn't exactly been the best time to be having an event like that in the city of Detroit, or anywhere for that matter. But now that it's going to be back in the city in the fall instead of in the winter, is the expectation going to be that that's going to attract even more people to this event and to the city of Detroit, and to explore all the great things that happen in Michigan's largest city?
Yeah, with the opportunity now based on fall versus it being in January, Detroit is able to extend the experience outdoors. So it will be within the conference center, which it has been in the past. But now there's, a lot of integrations when it comes to the experiences. Like I said, musical entertainment, but also there's going to be a number of car clubs that are going to be a part of this. There's going to be a lot of outdoor activity as far as food and so I think, from that standpoint, I think it will extend to a greater audience based on the extension of it being outdoors and the number of experiences that are going to be displayed there.
Michigan.org is where your trip begins for this fall in the Great Lakes State. We're joined by Kelly Wolgamott, Director of Travel at Pure Michigan, on the Megacast. I got to talk about this. It's probably my favorite fall activity, is experiencing football in the state of Michigan. Of course, we begin our football broadcasts on our flagships today, Civic Center TV and My Michigan TV, when we will broadcast this evening's matchup between the West Bloomfield Lakers and the Sterling Heights Stevenson Titans at the Zenith Prep Kickoff Classic in Detroit at Wayne State University. But many people love the fall for seeing football games at the college level, whether it be, of course, in East Lansing for the Michigan State Spartans, in Ann Arbor for those pesky, terrible, awful people that are the Michigan Wolverines. If you're asking me, I'm a Spartan grad. That's why I say it with such niceties. Or in other places like Mount Pleasant for Central Michigan, or Kalamazoo for Western Michigan. How does the fall season affect the businesses and really the greater community in those college towns? Obviously, having the college kids back makes it a completely different vibe. It's a completely different energy in those cities than it would be in other parts of the year. But in terms of the city proper in East Lansing and Ann Arbor and in Kalamazoo and so on, how does fall football really affect the way that those cities have tourists coming in and interacting with their towns?
Yeah, in Michiganders, we love our football, don't we? not only from, Friday Night Lights with the high school football, but also the college football that we have all around the state. And we have some phenomenal football teams. So plenty of teams to cheer from. But yeah, I mean, this is a great opportunity for those cities, right? Not only you mentioned the college students coming back, but the opposing teams and their visitors coming to experience pure Michigan. And it may be their first time that they've been in Michigan. So it's a really great opportunity for the cities to kind of roll out the red carpet, right? And provide those experiences and touch points. Also, it's a time when alumni come back to the state that may have, gone to those universities and then moved away and then come back. So yeah, those football weekends are a great opportunity throughout the state.
We're joined by Kelly Wolgamott, Director of Travel Marketing at Pure Michigan on the Megacast. You can find more information and, of course, plan all your trips across the Great Lakes state at michigan.org. All the info you need to know on all different regions of the state, all different kinds of activities for yourself, for adults, for the family, all together, michigan.org. For all that. Kelly, before we let you go, just another couple of minutes before we'll need to say goodbye. Anything else we haven't discussed about fall travel, about the remainder of the summer, or anything else coming down the pike at Pure Michigan that our audience should know about?
No, I think there's just one other unexpected item I think that is really a great experience throughout the fall time, and that is birding. And I don't know if people really think of Michigan as a birding destination, but there are birding trails throughout the state that you and your family can go out and experience the outdoors, but really see some unique birds that migrate through the state at the fall time. And we do have all of that information about birding and all about ultimate fall guide, so that we have plenty of ideas for people to experience for fall in Michigan at michigan.org/fall.
Well, we appreciate you joining us, Kelly. Thank you very much for telling us more about Michigan in the fall and how travel and tourism in the state affects all different regions of Michigan, especially in the fall season. Thank you.
Thank you.